Hey, what's up guys? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listens. If you're new here, then what I do is every day of 2024, I have vowed to check out a new band or artist. Check out 4 songs from their discography, give you my initial thoughts on the songs, give you my ranking of the song, and then give you my overall thoughts on the artist. And then I bid you adieu until tomorrow, where I will come back and do it all over again with another band or artist. So please come along on this journey with me. Hit the follow or subscribe button wherever you're watching this. I implore you to be a part of the conversation. Give me some suggestions in the comments below. Let me know what artists or bands I should check out next. I'll add them to the list. I will hopefully get to them at some point. I got quite a big list because you guys have been suggesting like crazy, and I appreciate each and every single one of them. But also, hit the comments and let me know what you think of today's band, whether you've checked them out before or not. And in case you're wondering what today's band is, well, you really shouldn't be, because it's been on screen there the whole time. It's Ghost Atlas. So what do I know about Ghost Atlas going into this video? I really don't know anything. Ghost Atlas, my only information on them is that it's the singer of Era. I'm assuming the clean singer, because the unclean vocalist in Era also does Texas in July, so I can't imagine he has 3 projects on the go. I'm assuming, since solo project, it's going to be either more singer-songwriter-y, or maybe it's still just, a slightly less heavy version of Era. I don't really know what to expect, but I guess we're about to find out. Alright, so the first song I checked out was called Sacred Organs off their debut album, Gold Soul Coma. Alright, so right off the bat, I'm getting serious Seosin vibes, which is not a bad thing at all. I enjoy Seosin quite a bit. So, assuming this is the blueprint going forward, we're going to be getting some post-hardcore, I guess. I'll be honest, with this track, when I clicked on it, I seen the runtime of 5 minutes and 33 seconds. I thought for sure we were getting a big long intro, a big long outro, and probably an interlude in the middle. I'm happy to report that was not the case. Actually, the lyrics start off right off the bat, and there are a couple musical interludes during the song, but most of them are like definitely less than 20 seconds. The one thing I will say is the final 45 seconds of the song, where it slows down a little bit, there are still lyrics. It kind of acts as a reprise kind of thing. I could have done without, I think, without that 45 seconds, making it a nice 4-minute, 45-second song would have probably made this a lot more enjoyable for me, but still, not bad at all. I'm impressed. Alright, their next album is a mile long, so I really gotta hope I don't screw this up. So, the album is called All Is in Sync, and There's Nothing Left to Sing About. Hopefully I got that right. But the song I checked out was Cry Wolf. Alright, so again, we get great lyrics here. I don't think I specifically pointed that out in the last track, but Ghost Atlas has some really killer lyrics. I'm really enjoying it based off these 2 songs anyways. Musically, I'm going to say this is better than Sacred Organs. Not by much, but I will say if you're a shreddier type of music listener, then this song will definitely be more up your alley, because it's definitely also a lot shreddier. I'm usually not into the shredder kind of sections and songs, but these were done pretty well and they were pretty short, so I guess I can live with it. Alright, so the next album is apparently an acoustic album, so I missed that. But I noticed they have an EP here, which would have came out between the 2 previous albums, called Immortal Youth. So I guess I'm going to check out a song from that. So let's listen to Wet Noose. Alright, so we took a little break from the serious Seosin vibes on the last song, but they have returned here. So this was clearly an early influence for Ghost Atlas anyways, wanting to make some Seosin sounding music. The lyrics aren't as strong. I felt like this was the weakest song of the 3 lyrically, but the melody is much, much better, and it's catchier too, so I'm always down with that. Alright, let's get back on track. So, just this year, Ghost Atlas has released their 3rd official album called Dust of the Human Shape, and I checked out the single Lesser Gods.
Driving fast towards the setting sun, the night is survived by shadows.
So this is definitely probably the most original sounding song I've heard yet. Like I said, the other two had Seosin vibes. The other one was kind of Hail the Sun-esque. All under the post-hardcore umbrella, sure. But it was nothing that stuck out that was like, oh, this doesn't sound like anything else. Or this sounds like a combination of two things and Ghost Atlas made it their own. This is that song. So I was right. It's the clean vocalist of Era, Jesse Cash's project. And honestly, his vocals sound flawless. He's clearly super talented because he does a bunch of different things with his vocals on this track alone, and they're all so impressive. But once again, we have a problem with the last 45 seconds. This one, much shorter of a song, but the last 45 seconds, they just kind of repeat See the World in Black and Blue very softly over melodic riff. I could have done without that. Okay, but before we go any further, let's rank these songs. At number 1, I'm going Wet Noose, and I almost didn't listen to the song. Had that third album have been an actual album and not just an acoustic track album, I would have listened to something from that. And there were originals on there. I just opted for the EP instead, and boy, am I glad I did. Yes, I had a problem with the lyrics not being nearly as good as the other songs, but I listen to pop punk on a regular basis. Lyrics clearly aren't the most important thing to me. At number 2, we'll go Lesser Gods. This, I really thought was going to be number 1 before that final 45 seconds just slowed it all down. And that was honestly enough to get it below Wet Noose. At 3, we're going Cry Wolf. I said this song was musically better than Sacred Organs, so that's what I'm basing this ranking off. But it was close between the two. And of course at 4, it's Sacred Organs. I basically just said it. This is still a really good song to come in last place out of the tracks I listened to. It was honestly just the runtime and that final 45 seconds slowing it down. And of course, just musically not as strong as some of the other songs, but I still really dug it. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts on Ghost Atlas? I'm super impressed. I'm really excited to check out the newest album in full. It's definitely going on my 2024 album list, so got to check that out so that I can give it a fair shot at my albums of the year ranking. Speaking of which, will be coming very soon for 2023, so keep an eye out for that on the YouTubes. Alright guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad. I appreciate you checking out this video right until the bitter end. Like I said earlier, be a part of the conversation. Let me know your thoughts on Ghost Atlas, whether you've checked them out or not. Are you going to now? Or did the snippets not do anything for you and you're like, you know what, Emo Cat Dad, I'm going to skip this one, but I'll come back tomorrow and check out what you have to say about the next band. And hey, if you're coming back tomorrow, the best way to do that is to simply, right now, cut my wrists and hit subscribe. Till next time, I'm Emo Cat Dad signing off, and I want to hear you sad.